really sits you down and explains debt. They just hand you a credit card or a loan and say, you'll figure it out. And a lot of people do figure it out after it's cost them a lot of money. So let's make sure this doesn't happen to you. Because some of the most normal money decisions, like car loans, credit cards, buy now, pay later, are the exact things that quietly keep people stuck. And here's the part that most people don't realize. Debt doesn't just cost you money, it limits your life. So let's fix that right here. Okay, first of all, debt isn't evil, but it is expensive. And more importantly, it's a commitment. Because every time you take out a loan, you're not just borrowing money, you're committing your future time and energy to pay it back. You're trading tomorrow's freedom for something that you want today. And it doesn't feel urgent, it just slowly and quietly takes a piece of your paycheck. If you have credit card debt right now, or you're thinking about taking on a loan, stay with me for the next minute. This part really matters. So not all debt is the same. A reasonable mortgage can make sense because you're building equity over time. But most other debt doesn't build anything except stress. If it doesn't grow in value, it probably is not worth going into debt for. A house can grow. A car, that's a really fast way to watch your money disappear. There are a few beliefs that keep people stuck. Everyone has debt. Not true. You need a loan to build credit. Also not true. I'll just pay it off later. Well, later usually means you paid way more than you needed to. I like to think that debt is like junk food. It feels fine, maybe even good now, but it adds up. And I've been there. I had student loans and it freaked me out. So I quickly made a priority to get rid of them quickly. At one point, we also had about $4,000 in credit card debt. And I remember thinking, this is not how I want to live my life. I don't want my money already spoken for. So we changed things. Now, when it comes to cars, we've always kept it simple. Nothing flashy, but also no payments. Because here's the truth. Most people don't feel broke because they don't make enough. They feel broke because their money is already spoken for. So if you're thinking about school, maybe going to college, make sure the cost actually makes sense for what you're going into. Because taking on a lot of debt for a smaller income later can hold you back for years. Think $100,000 debt for a $40,000 job just doesn't really make sense. And with cars, saving first might not feel exciting, but driving something you fully own, that is a completely different type of freedom. The best flex isn't a new car, it's not having a payment at all. Now, credit cards are one of the easiest ways to get into trouble because they don't feel like real money. But when you're dealing with 20 to 25% interest, that adds up really fast. Your $100 purchase can turn into $150 or more if you carry a balance. Oh, and those minimum payments, they're designed to keep you in debt, not to help you get out. I want you to think of credit cards as a tool, not something that controls you. So if you need to borrow, slow down. Just look at the total cost, not the monthly payment. Borrow less than they say you can, and make a plan to pay it off early. Oh, and those buy now, pay later options, run. That's still debt. Maybe it's even the worst. They're just packaged in a way that makes it easier to say yes. Now, if you already have debt, you can absolutely get out. Start simple. Write everything down from smallest to largest. Then pay the minimum on everything and put any extra toward the smallest one first. When you knock that one out, roll that payment into the next one. That momentum builds fast and it feels really good. So try this week. Write down your debts, pick one to focus on, and find a small amount, even $20, $30 to throw at it. Then do it again next week. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to start. And at the end of the day, debt isn't about money. It's about control. And being the boss of your money means your paycheck works for you, not your payments. Now, if that's the life you want, hit that subscribe button and share this with someone who really needs to hear it. Because the fewer payments you have, the more freedom you can keep.